because
Dad's telling a story, sorry.
Saturday, and Larry came down to do the beach. And in fact, I figured it was March 6, 2010. Anyway, so Larry drove from Eugene to Selma to hang out at the Norman house. We decided to go for a run over by the lake. My favorite run. I haven't got to it. I call it the rainbow run. Do you know that one? Kenzie knows the rainbow run. So we ran 6 miles together, and Larry said he was the best shape of his life. But he was nice enough to run with me. We talked about everything like we do. And he felt good, and I didn't, but that's beside the point. He was getting ready to run a big race that weekend, the coming weekend. And he even confided in me he'd like to be a walk-on for the U of O football team. He did, he told me that. So we talked about track and football. Towards the end of the run, we headed down the hill from the ridge. Larry changed the conversation to Kelsey. And told me about how much he loved you. And I thought it was so special that to kind of share that love that I have for you. So we came down the steep hill, and there's those docks there in the lake, and we just walked around. It was getting late, getting dark, and Larry said, I have to ask you something. He said, there's something I want to ask you. You know, I love Kelsey. And he said, he loved me too. But he asked permission to marry you. About 3 days before the accident. And it's kind of a big secret. You know, I wanted you to know today. And we hugged, and we both started to cry. And here's what it was. I said, I love you too, Larry. We hugged. And neither of us wanted to be crying like girls. So I broke the tension by saying, Larry probably remembers, it's a good thing I like you, or I could have pushed you into the lake. So we both laughed and broke the tension. And he had some big plans for his proposal. Probably not as good as mine. But we were going to go to Disneyland, and he wanted to ask you there. And we couldn't get this group to Disneyland. So.
We think that maybe the actual...
But let me see if I can read this last part. But I said how it's come from this fairy tale, because it was like a fairy tale, you know, back then. It's come together so perfectly. However, the fairy tale was put on hold. 3-10-10. We all learned that our plans are not always the same as God's plan. We all have witnessed great strength, courage, and most importantly, love these past 2.5 years from Kelsey and Larry, and they have become what true love is. What fairy tales are made of, we see in this prince and princess. They can do and be anything they want, not because they live a fairy tale life, but because they have both proved to us what champions they are and what they have already accomplished in this earthly life. God has blessed Kelsey and Larry, and I believe for his wish for them is that we live happily ever after. Nothing.
Yay! Yay!